Thank you, Bill, and good morning, everybody. As Bill said, it's a year ago, almost to the day, since we had the first Southwest Growth Summit, and that was in Exeter University. We were very pleased to be involved with that, very pleased to sponsor that and help initiate the event. And looking on a year later, I remember saying welcome to everyone, but as Bill said, there's a much larger turnout now. I can see a lot of people that were with us this time last year have joined us again today, so thank you very much for giving up your time. Last year's event was based on a very, very simple premise, which was really obvious to us, but it was a very simple thing. And we all know that the Southwest, we're very blessed to live in the Southwest. We all know it's a great place. We all know it's a great place to work. It's a great place to live, and in my case, to bring up a family. But and from Pennon's point of view, we're based in the Southwest. We're proud to be a member of the community of the Southwest, to serve the community of the Southwest. So we're very, very happy to be here. And, you all know Pennon as the owner of Southwest Water, but also Bournemouth Water and Viridor Waste Management, which is the largest British waste management company operating in the UK. That all started from here, started from Exeter, started from the Southwest. And, we're the largest FTSE 100 and close to FTSE 100 company, depending on where you draw the line of where the Southwest is, the largest quoted company down in this part of the world. And we're very proud and very pleased to be part of the Southwest. But that wasn't the simple premise. The simple premise was much more straightforward than that. And the simple premise was really just to say, we need to articulate a clear vision for economic growth and development for the Southwest. That's what we need to do. And frankly, if we don't, as Bill was saying, if we don't, we might get left behind. If you think about the Southeast, the Northern Powerhouse, the Midlands Engine, if we don't articulate that simple, clear vision for the Southwest, there's a real risk that we might get left behind. So that was the simple premise. So what that means is we need a united, loud, clear voice to government and to other players. We need to say very, very clearly what our priorities are, what our investment priorities are. If we want devolution, we need to say very, very clearly what we want from devolution and how that will deliver economic growth and development. So in short, we need to say, this is what we need to help us make Southwest an even better place, an even bigger part of the engine for the whole of the UK development and going forward. So that was the simple premise. And looking back on last year, I've got to say last year, in my mind at least, was a big success. I mean, it's created this event. It's created some, I hesitate to use the word momentum, but it's created some momentum going forward. We had the event. We had a growth charter which came out of the event. We presented the growth charter to number 10. We actually had a debate in Parliament, an adjournment debate led by Gary Streeter, so we had that as well. And we set up a leaders forum, Southwest Business Leaders Forum, which is chaired by Steve Hindley. And Steve, I think, will talk a little bit about the progress we've made in that regard since then. So we've made great progress, and the task for us today is to build on that progress and move forward, really. And I've got to say, just looking at the room here, there seems to be no lack of enthusiasm. There seems to be no lack of interest. There's no lack of ideas, and clearly no lack of ambition. So the task for us today, as I see it, is to drive and create that ambition and turn that ambition into even more reality going forward. And as I say, if we don't, there's a real risk that we might get left behind. And one thing that happened a couple of weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I don't know if you saw it, it was at the time of the election, the conference season. The Chancellor of the Exchequer stood up and pledged another £400 million to investment in infrastructure in the north, into the great, the northern powerhouse. I don't know how you reacted to that, but I've got to say how I reacted to that was just, can you imagine what we can do with £400 million? Could you imagine what we could do with £400 million in the Southwest to transform our infrastructure? So those are the sorts of prizes that we have ahead of us. And if we can just capitalise on the momentum, the enthusiasm, the initiative that we've got so far, we are tantalisingly close, it feels to me. You've seen the message from the Minister, tantalisingly close to creating those opportunities for us in the Southwest. So the task for us today, and I just welcome you all and thank you all for coming, but the task for us today is really quite straightforward. I think we need to unite, We need to have that clear, loud vision, and we need to articulate it strongly and loudly and continue to build on the momentum that we have already. And that means, when I say unite, it means the business community, such as ourselves. It means the local enterprise partnerships, which helped organise this event. Of course, it means the local authorities, the local governments from across the southwest. It also means the representative bodies, such as the CBI, who have also helped prepare this event as well. And really the media. And I've got to say thank you very much to Bill for all the work and the championing he's been doing. So, as I say, I think we're tantalisingly close. I think it's going to be a great event. I think the task ahead of us today is quite straightforward. We need to build on the momentum that we've built over the last year and deliver an even better Southwest. So I'm looking forward to today. I hope you are as well. And with no further ado, I'll hand back to Bill to take us to the next section.